quarterback. I got them
move on, you know, from down to Hip Hop Uncensored podcast today. I want to talk about this dude right now.
Your boy,
man. DJ Khaled. Now, according to reports, DJ Khaled's lawyer sent a letter to the head of SVP charts and data development at Billboard after they reportedly disqualified over 100,000 sales of Father of Asahd, which pulled him away from that #1 spot. And we know DJ Khaled came out the other day taking shots at Billboard, his own label, and Tyler, the Creator, who beat him out. But Sam Ant, you said that now DJ Khaled has reclaimed that #1 spot after fucking crying his way to the top. Sam Ant, it's time to go in, or is it? What do you think about DJ Khaled, man? Threatening to get his lawyers involved with Billboard, but now by default actually being moved into that #1 spot. Does he deserve it? Is he a crybaby? Do you still like him? Talk about DJ Khaled.
Well, I mean, we talked about when Father of Asahd released, right? And we came very humble.
Yeah.
And I know I came humble because I've already had kind of my predisposed thought and notion of DJ Khaled anyway from afar. I don't know him. I never met him. Never had any interaction with him. Everybody that I see ever posting about DJ Khaled, it's always kind of contradictory to what I was thinking. Love, real, dope, real, legend, humble, real. I'm like, all right, damn, maybe I'm thinking, because he seemed a little bit kind of ingenuine to me sometimes, a little forced to me sometimes, to where it seemed like, damn, this ain't genuine.
A little fake.
Khaled. It's a little fake, bro. And a couple of things just confirmed it. So I wanted to give him another shot when Father of Asahd came out. I liked the first joint. It was dope. The little reggae joint. Wasn't feeling the next couple. I liked the Meek joint. I love the CeeLo Green joint. The Nipsey joint was cool with Legend. But then a lot of it was forgettable. It was dope, but it was forgettable. And then you go and you look at an Igor that came out on the same fucking weekend. And I look at a brother and Tyler, the Creator, when I first thought about looking at the album. Hold on, before I get to Tyler, let's finish Khaled. Because all my suspicions that I had in my head confirmed to me after I've seen all of this stuff during the weekend and after he posted what he posted about the #1 spot. Fan love. Thank you for all your love and support. We got the #1 album in the country this week. Hashtag Father of Asahd to the world. You have a nerve to post that on your fucking social media.
Crybaby, man.
You have a nerve to post that on all your social media. After all the fucking crying you did, you can't just sit back and, even though you cried your way to the #1 spot, just sit back and humbly take it. Now you got to sit back and go, Father of Asahd, and go.
You don't like DJ Khaled, do you?
No, I don't have a problem with him. I just feel like it's a little bit ingenuine sometimes, and I got to call it out. You call it fake, I call it ingenuine. We use different words. I mean, it all leads to the same fucking street.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I would love to sit down with Khaled and have a conversation and ask him certain things. But for some reason, I feel like that conversation would even be steered in narrative or attempted to be. And we probably wouldn't get what we want to get because somebody would be in our head saying, no, you can't say that. No, we can't say that.
And make no mistake about it. I mean, we all definitely admire his hard work, his dedication. He makes great beats and stuff like that. He's a great producer. We just felt like, you know, particularly here, and that Tyler, Creator, made a better project.
Yeah,
man. And the Father of Asahd, and obviously the people did. And you know, I just think it's corny, you know, for him to take shots and then not mention nobody's name and then try to backpedal from it. And everybody knew he was talking about, and it does show his character a little bit. And there was even articles written about this. People were saying, well, you know, does this kind of, you know, expose him a little bit and show, you know, his weakness? I think it does. I mean, how many people you see crying, you know, about not being in the spot?
Cry
baby shit, making videos and shit and getting your lawyers and shit involved. I don't know, man. I just look at the consensus of the people, and I'm reading the comment section, which are the voice of the people. Shout out to y'all. And it just seems like a lot of people not feeling the dude.
Let me say this about, because I mean, that is what it is. Let me say this about Tyler, the Creator, and Igor, right? Same time it came out as Khaled's album. Couldn't wait to listen to a Tyler, the Creator album because I haven't really listened to any of his music leading up to this Igor album. From his earlier days, the old shit, the shit he did with Pusha T and the other stuff he did earlier. I was really fucking with some of his style and things like that. But over the years, I really haven't followed him. So when this came out and we're doing what we're doing, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna really give this a shot, see where his growth is. And when I heard what I heard, and I'm listening to the instrumentation and I'm listening to the different melodies and him just evolving musically, had to put respect on that shit. I'm like, yo, this may not be for everybody. No, I can't bump this in the car, but there are places for this. Okay, if I'm going for a long drive, I can smoke and I can vibe to this. This is a great barbecue album. It's a great album to sit back and chill with your girl. You got to listen to the lyrics. It almost reminded me of like a Pimp a Butterfly, to where it's not going to sit back and maybe bump in motherfuckers' cars, but it's about to win a shitload of Grammys. When you look at how he produced it all, he directed it all, he arranged it all, and he did all of the actual artistry work behind the lyrics and the performance, how can you not say that was a better overall project than DJ Khaled? Khaled's album was cool, came out at the wrong time. It deserved to be number 2. The Crying in the Wine was bitch shit.
Yeah, and if we just gonna call it like we do over here, don't be a bitch nigga and try to flag it. Well, on the podcast, you ain't gonna be the flag shit anyway.
And who knows if it's going on YouTube?
Yeah,
it may not.
It may not. But nevertheless, that is our feeling over here at Hip Hop Uncensored. We tired of being nice with all you motherfuckers, man. Sometimes you gotta just cut it right down the middle. And this is something that we always wanted to do. We always wanted to kind of just give our real opinion, but different platforms do limit that to a certain extent. But when you're on your own podcast that you built by yourself, you can say whatever you want. And that's just how we feel about the DJ Khaled situation at this point, man.
It is what it is.
Still gonna listen to him, still gonna rock out with his music, but we feel like Todd, the creator, made a better product than you, man.
He did make a better project. And y'all gonna go back 1 and 2 until another better project comes out, and that'll go 1. But stop crying about it. The crying shit gotta go.
Facts.
And we've seen this a lot. I think the last time we seen it was Nicki and Travis Scott, to where Nicki was upset because she felt like certain streams or he manipulated it. I felt like Nicki had every right to do that. And I feel like Khaled doing it is acting like Nicki.
Damn. There you go.
I put it that way.
He gonna flag this. Nah, man, we definitely having fun over here on the Hip Hop Uncensored podcast tonight. Actually, that's all I got on my list over here of Sandman. I don't know if you have anything else over there.
Real quick, as we hit minute 40 of the podcast, always about to deliver at least 40 minutes to an hour, 4 days a week. About to hit 5 days a week on y'all ass nonstop content. This is why we jumping up the charts on your iTunes, Spotify, Google Play as your #1 podcast in the building, not only in hip hop, but in the motherfucking world. Y'all keep sharing, y'all keep liking, y'all keep giving the word and sharing the world that the Hip Hop Uncensored podcast, your brothers, are on their way. Oh God, before we get out of here, man, Meek Mill. Now he has something on his Twitter, Ask Meek, #AskMeek, where he has people and the fans talking to him and asking him questions that he delivers back. I think is dope. One of his fans today, Cash, asked Meek, how do you feel about Tekashi 6ix9ine? And he added Meek Mill. Meek Mill responded, he's a vicious kid, started all that drama, and start telling. Let's break that down in 2 parts. He's a vicious kid, started all that drama. Talk about that first.
That's exactly what we've been saying here on the podcast. That's what I thought made him an even filthier rat. Is that the fact that he talked all that big shit? It's like, you grew up in the day and you might be on the playground. This kid talked all this shit and he may have been faster so you couldn't catch him. But that day you fucking catch him, he starts squealing like a fucking rat and running to the teacher. But he talked all this shit. No different than a cat like Tekashi. I think Meek, summed that up in the best possible way. I mean, you had this guy going to people's blocks, inviting people to his private part, disrespecting, all types of different people that were respectable in the game, and doing it all behind the guise of this trolling. And you had so many people, a lot of rappers now, who were just by this guy's side, the whole time, and just egging that shit on. We all know who they were, and it's just like to see him now. It's a new story that came out that he has to testify against even more people. Okay, it's one thing to tell when they did something to him and they fucked this girl and all that shit. That's one thing. But for him to propagate all that shit, like he was some street dude and then be squealing like a pig, I just think it's comical.
It shows me that the people that he was trolling or the blocks that he was going on, why he never got touched, here's why. Or why nothing really ever happened, well, here's why. Because they knew it was a very, very fake persona, ingenuine persona behind that character that was running their mouth all over social media. And the thing is, and where things get kind of screwed up is, he was playing a game, but with real fucking guns. He was playing a game, but with real toys. And that kind of shit gets you in real fucking trouble. And I mean, I don't know who to blame it on more, the people that created him or the monster that ran with it, because it was almost like that trolling was getting his persona bigger and bigger, and people loved it and loved it. And he had his WWE ring announcers that were going ahead and giving his play-by-play, and it added to it. And it wasn't a problem while they were winning, but I don't know what happened.
The whole industry was riding with the dude. He was going to people's platforms,
but they knew he wasn't real about it. So I mean,
a lot of people didn't know. Some people didn't. We'll give them the benefit of the doubt, but at the end of the day, man, I ain't even gonna say he was playing, because they got him. He was really putting, allegedly dropping bags on cats. So it was
got him on camera doing it.
That's what I'm saying. So it's just like,
no, he wasn't playing. He was playing the game with real pieces. People were really about to die from the shit he was doing.
That's a good point.
And he wasn't ready for that. I don't know if he was ready to have blood spilled in his name for real. But he's out here fucking so drunk and really thinking that this game that you started playing, young Hernandez, remember this, is now real life. This ain't Grand Theft Auto. This is real. And if somebody really dies from this is the blood's on your hands. And now people got in trouble. And now all of a sudden the video game turned off in his real life. You going, nah, that was
they did
this character that did this and this and this. I'm just
right. Yeah, that's that's some sucker shit. We always knew though. We always talked about, we knew that he was fake. And I think the real guys knew that he was fake. But again, he was coming to Philly a few times, running with Cat. I mean, a lot of people, and I mean, my thing is, I'm not, this is not a shot at anybody or anything like this, because just like you can hang out with a dude, you don't really know what he's about like that. He's coming to your town or whatever. You got to show him love. You show him love, but real recognize real, man, at the end of the day. And we see exactly what this dude is. But I do think on the contrary to that he will be released and he will be reintroduced back into society once again. I think he'll be rapping again.
You've been saying that, and
I think so.
I disagreed with it, and I don't know now.
He'll be dropping songs.
My whole network viral. 12 and a half get you a quarterback. I got them shits flying like spiders. You're now tuned into